Okay, so here's currently what I have set up. I switched over these strawberries. I took them out of the ground a couple days ago, and that's just a organic soil and perlite mix. And you can get these square 4-gallon containers from basically any, like, Menards or Fleet Farm or any big box store will have these, or you can buy them online. So I've converted, they used to be hydroponics, so I have like 3 different types of basil here that I just pulled out. I got a bunch of mint I got to get out of there yet. So I switched from a lot of the hydroponic and flood and drain stuff over to organic soil. And then I just got the LED lights up here, and then I just water them as needed. Germination trays are over there. Behind it you can see some verticals. I might put some of this mint and basil and other herbs in the vertical, and then switch these over to like peas and carrots and tomatoes and that kind of thing. So these are microgreens sold in this is organic soil, but I have an automated flood and drain system set up with just simple pipe pumps, timers, etc. And then once I figure out all of this, how I want to set it up, then I will redo the electrical, because we kind of been moving this around a little bit. Have a dehydrator here as well, so in the event that we don't eat what's produced, we can dry it and put them in shakers. And then I have the big fridge I just got I got to clean that out, which can hold a lot more products than the other traditional fridge. If you're going to convert like your garage, I put a Big Max heater in here, and then plumbed it, so we put water in, and then I put a dedicated sink out here for this, and then a processing table. Would like to make this all stainless steel eventually, but again, we're just kind of doing it piece by piece here. And then I have my order set up here so I can process orders as they come in. I sell on Market Wagon. There's a bunch of different things that we sell. So, but I mainly do advertising and publishing now, so I'm not really doing this as a job anymore. But it's nice to have this kind of setup. So in the event that you need to produce food for your family, this is a really great way to do it, and friends and neighbors. I have a whole bunch of different seed varieties here, non-GMO, most of them organic, and then these are what I use daily. So it's a good setup, pretty easy to use, and cost-wise, it's not going to be comparable to what you have because you're not here in Wisconsin. So that heater runs a lot in the winter here. I mean, I do have it all insulated, but I did have, there's a bunch more lights over here you can see, and I did have all of this lighting all in rows here. So when people would see this, out the windows, they thought I was growing pot, because this whole garage is purple at night, and then the timers turn the lights on and off so that there's an appropriate amount of light in this kind of stuff. But that's my setup. It just keeps evolving as we keep growing, and I make my own varieties. So I have like perlite here that I mix depending on how arid the soil needs to be. I have some clay balls, so for the bottoms of the aeration for drainage, in the verticals and that kind of stuff. The trays, I have stainless steel trays here that I just popped with a plasma gun, and then I can use the plastics or the stainless steel. Those are made by the Vollrath company. Organic soils, I'm using the Miracle-Gro organic soil, mixing it with perlite in my mixing station here, and then just go into town that way. Usually I use these smaller trays because they are way less material. But what I'm testing right now is if I use twice as much dirt or soil, I don't have to water half as often. So, you know, here we got some broccoli and radish, and then a micro mix of spicy greens that we use for salads. They're great. You can do this kind of stuff on your countertop or in a windowsill situation. And the lighting, I mean, there's the nice grow lights here, which are great, but those are expensive. And for what you get, like I went to Lowe's and picked up these LEDs for like 25 bucks, and that's like 4 lights. So 2 hangers, and I just put them underneath like this. These are the 3¼ foot, so they're not quite 4 feet, so they actually fit between the braces recessed. So that's awesome. That's a good way to do that. But, and the flood trays you can get, again, from like greenhouse, warehouse.com or whatever. And these are the active Aquafa flood tables. So you can use them for big plants. Like I could put these on the ground and have the big plants in them automatic watering. That's always an option. But for microgreens, you obviously don't need that. And then the other thing you want to watch out for is your humidity. So you got to make sure the humidity is right, and the soils that you have for the type of plants you have. You know, like when I put in tomatoes, they like to have a little bit more acidic soil. Some of these herbs like a little bit more basic soil. So it's basically, with soil, you can fine tune that a little bit with the hydroponic system, or just, you know, water. Like this is just flowing water. You can do that too. You can control that pH. So if you can control the light, you can control the pH, you can control the humidity and temperature. Like if I was growing peppers in here, this would have to be at a 80 to 90 degrees in here. But that would be really dumb to try to do that in winter, because the heat bill would be like $600 a month. But this would be a good way to grow. Like the strawberries are ever bearing, so 68 degrees, 70 degrees. Most of the basil, most of the stuff I grow doesn't require hot temperatures, because I'm coming into winter now and we don't want to grow that kind of stuff in here. But that's my overview. Hopefully it helps.